we've planned a really cool activity of making rockets using different materials and using different types of jet propulsion.
What?
Have you heard of that term before, jet propulsion?
I have not. What is that?
Well, we're going to learn about it as we begin making our rockets.
Yeah!
And I want you to see if you can figure out what jet propulsion is based on what we are creating.
So I'm curious, are these materials you can find at home?
Oh, yeah. Well, do you have scissors at your house?
We have scissors.
How about pencils?
We have pencils.
How about paper?
We got paper.
How about tape?
I can find some tape.
I bet you could. And then the last item is a straw. And if you don't have a straw at home, I bet you can go to one of the local fast food restaurants and grab yourself a straw.
Or QT. Yep.
And you don't have to have one of these bendy straws, but they're super cool. And they make this activity even more fun. All right, so you can use plain white paper, but if you have colored paper, that works too. So the first thing we're going to do is fold our paper into 4 pieces. So first we're going to fold it in half, hamburger style. And then we're going to turn it and fold it the other way. And then we're going to cut out our 4 smaller rectangles. And for each rocket you only need, excuse me, that's not safe. So I got 2 pieces, and then I left this one half. All right, so the first thing we need to do is make the body of our rocket, paper rocket, which is called a fuselage.
Say
That
what?
is the body of the rocket, the main body. And for this part, we need a pencil
We do.
to make the tube.
Does it have to be number 2 pencil?
Nope.
Okay.
It could even be a pen,
Cool.
a stick. You could even use your straw, but something hard like a pencil will be a little bit easier to help with the rolling. So what we need to do is take our pencil and lay it down on top of the paper, and then what you're going to do is just roll the paper around it as tightly as you can until you end up with a tube and you get to the end of your paper. Fancy. And then we want to tape it. Along the edge so it doesn't come unrolled. But we don't want to make sure we don't want to get tape on the pencil because we're taking the pencil out. Now we're going to slide. Let's see. Slide the pencil out. And now you have. All right. Step 2. If you look at, what do you notice about the end, the top end of our rocket?
Top end. Well, it's not open.
Nope. Is it round anymore? Like the bottom end? Here's the bottom. Here's the top. We need to flatten that to make it look like a cone, or the top pointy part. Why do we think we need to make the top a cone? What if we left it open? What do you think would happen?
It's not going to go as far.
It's not going to go as far because the air is going to push through that hole, and if we close it up, it's going to make it easier. So we're just going to flatten it and then put a piece of tape over it. Back to the experiment. All right, now what is the last piece we need to do? What do you think those things are called on the bottom? Think of an animal.
Looks like the fin of a fish.
Yes, fin of a just like the fin of a fish. So how we're gonna make those is we're going to take our piece of paper, one of our quarter-sized pieces of paper, and we're gonna fold it in half the long way like a hot dog. Fun. Now, keeping the fold on the bottom here, we're gonna cut at an angle like this, so that when we unfold it, we can use it to tape onto our fin. And it'll open up and have two pieces of fin. And you don't have to, you can go all the way to the point, but that'll make big fins, or you can cut, you can go all the way like this, or you can cut like this and make smaller fins. And with this, you can experiment and make a bunch and try and see which ones you like best. Now, I want my fins, because this is gonna be two. When I open it up, see how it makes two? I want the other two to be the same size. So I'm gonna make sure that I line it up on the other side and cut. So then you end up with this shape because you've cut the two triangles off the ends. And those become your fins.
What if I need help? Can I take maybe a marker and trace this?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh.
Yep. And you can get someone to help you too. Now on the fold line of your fin, you're going to put it against the open end, the bottom of your rocket. You're gonna fold it like this.
Wait a minute.
How are we doing? So we're gonna, the folded end, we're gonna lay against the open end, like this. And then I'm gonna put this table. And then when we open it up. Now we're gonna do the same thing, put the other rocket fin on the back, so it opens up and you have your 4 pieces of fin. And if you forget these directions, we're gonna share them with you at the end so you can watch a step-by-step tutorial to help you remember. And then I end up with this.
Perfect.
And now we have our rocket. So now we need something to propel it
Yes.
up into the air. What do you think we're going to use for that? Out of the items that we have here. Do you think the pencil?
Nope.
We'll fling it. How about the scissors?
What are those things in the corner?
These?
Nope.
These are for a different experiment. What are the other items on here that we... How can we use the straw? To propel it.
Maybe blowing some air, maybe?
Maybe blowing some air. So our lungs are going to be our jet propulsion, and they're going to push the air through the straw, which will make the rocket go. Because we're not allowed to play with fire.
Why not?
Because it's dangerous. We could burn the school down.
But it's fun.
It is fun, but this is fun too. Make sure the bendy end is on the other that you're gonna blow in. Yes, if you got a bendy one, have the bendy end sticking out so that you can change the angle of your rocket. If you don't have a bendy one, you're gonna have to use your head to change the angle of the rocket. Are you ready to try it? Now, do we want to blow this right into somebody's face?
We do.
Okay, ready? Is that dangerous?
No. Yeah.
Don't do that. How about into the camera? Is that dangerous?
Ready, set, go.
So, do you want to see if yours can go further than mine? Ooh, nice. Mine's not going.
You know that exciting time?
Are you ready? Well, if we're gonna race, you need to be on the same line as me, otherwise it's not fair. So, how do you think we could get the maximum distance with our rockets?
I think the first thing, we need to take a very deep breath.
Okay. Because that will help propel the rocket further.
Take your mask off, I'm thinking.
What about the angle? What if I shot it straight up? Do you think that would make it go far?
Nope.
What if I shot it
We wanted
down?
to go straight.
Okay, so straight.
Yep.
Okay, let's try
And
it.
because I'm bigger and I'm better, I'm going to win. But we can.
No, I'm gonna
we
win
can test
because
it.
I'm better.
Let the games begin!
Aw, man.
That was close.
You beat me. Mine was, let's see, each of these yellow lines is 6 feet, so 6, almost 12. Look, it's almost 12
I say
feet.
11.8.
And yours is almost 2.
About 13.
13.3 maybe, because look, the head of your, or the tip of your rocket is over that line. Let's try it again. Now this time I'm going to try and change the angle and see if I can get it to go further. And I'm going to try and take a deep breath.
Round 2.
One, two, three, blast off.
I think you're winning because you have a bigger lung capacity.
Oh yeah.
Winner!
That is the only reason that you are winning. So
This
is how you make
a
a rocket.
We're going on